Hello, my name is Trayvon, and you're watching Politalks on RPTV. Today, our special guest is Miguel Avila. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for bringing me to your show today.
So, Miguel, tell us a little bit about your background and how it prepared you to run for City Council.
Sure, certainly. I live in Regent Park. This has been my neighbor for the last 3 years. I'm a tenant of Toronto Community Housing. I live in Regent Park, and I've been prepared for the last 5 years, watching from the seats at City Hall, because one of the missions I have done is to become the City Hall monitor. So I have a blog, and I tell people the events that occur during the session of City Hall, the City Executive Committee, the Police Board, Toronto Community Housing Board, the Toronto Zoo, and Toronto Transit Commission.
Okay. So what is it that inspired you to actually, go into City Council?
Well, I am really inspired by the work of our current incumbent for this position, Pam McConnell. I think Pam McConnell has run this ward in a very efficient way, but I feel that there's a need to bring fresh ideas to the table. And as a member of the First Nations, I consider myself of a mixed race. I am Latino of heritage, but I'm also of Quechua background. So we don't have right now representation from the native communities at City Hall. Mm-hmm. And I think it's time for someone with those kind of roots, indigenous roots, to become part of the mix-up of the City Hall Council.
Mm-hmm. What do you think are the main issues facing this ward?
Well, one of the biggest issues that has this ward is housing, the lack of housing, affordable housing. Unfortunately, we have a waiting list of 68,000 people waiting out there for affordable housing. And I think we need to have a strategy that can deal with that crisis of housing. And other issues that I find it very interesting is the issue of police brutality. I'm a big advocate of citizens to the right to film the police. I think we have seen too much violence by the police, and I think we have to be make them accountable for what they're doing in the streets, especially with youth of minority groups. I'm talking about racial profiling, carding, and we need to stop that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think are the main issues facing the youth in this city?
Unemployment. I mean, you can finish your high school and then find jobs that are really not meaningful. Working for McDonald's, working for Walmart, working for Shoppers Drug Mart, it's not going to get you far. Mm-hmm. If you work, if you get lucky to get accepted into a college, you have a burden to pay a loan back to the government, right? So I think what we need to have is just meaningful work for the youth, so they can have a decent salary, a decent wage, with benefits, so they can bring home to sustain their families or themselves, and then at the end of the day pay their OSAP loan.
Yeah. So, what do you feel the city can do to support facilities like this?
Well, this is my first visit to these facilities. I'm really impressed that youth are being coached and educated into radio and TV production. I think it's a great initiative, and I applaud the members of the board who are behind this facility, and I want to see this happen more, because arts and culture are primordial in the city, because it helps our city be part of the map. Mm-hmm. Because as you probably understand, a lot of movie production happening in the cities of Toronto. Yeah. We are called the Hollywood of the North. Mm-hmm. So we have the talent, there is education, but I think we can do more to support youth initiatives so that they can have meaningful work, meaningful jobs.
I guess that answers my next question about where you stand in the arts.
Well, I stand in the arts. Yeah. I'm a musician myself. I play drums, and I love the arts. I really love the arts because it goes with my background. I'm Latino, so I love music and all kinds of stuff.
Definitely. Yeah. Do you have any last words?
Well, I want to take an opportunity to say hi to my daughter, Miguel Avila. She's turning 13 years old today. Happy birthday, Michelle. Feliz cumpleaños.
Well, thanks, Miguel, again, for joining our show, Politalks. Yeah. You guys have been watching Politalks on RPTV. My name is Trayvon, and we are signing out.